happening, people? What's going on? Oh my god, guys, how are you lot doing on this very hot Friday evening? And I know people that live in countries that are hot consistently, you lot are gonna laugh at the fact that we here in the UK just, this sunshine is killing me. It is killing me. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new here. Different time today for the daily dose of Mina, mainly just because you lot know I'm injured, in pain, struggling. So I had to mentally prepare myself for the stream, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but we got so much to talk about happening in the world of transfers for Manchester United. We got some updates on Antony, on Sancho, on Marcus Rashford. But the biggest talking point right now is the goalkeeper situation at Manchester United. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, anywhere Jorge Mendes is, I just have bad vibes. I have very, very bad vibes. That guy, he's got a chokehold on Manchester United, and I just don't know why. I really don't know why. We're going to talk about Emi Martinez, which is, of course, the biggest talking point right now in terms of Manchester United. It's quietened a little bit regarding Brian Mbeumo. Maybe we'll get some updates over the next couple of days. But I'm looking across town right now, and I'm seeing, in Liverpool, they're getting active. Kirkhead's coming through, etc. I need something. I need something from Manchester United. Maybe a light Mbeumo. That might make me feel a little bit at ease. But big up to everyone locked in. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. This should be a daily dose of watch along with Mina. I've got the Chelsea game on here on my iPad, but I'm not really watching it. I've just got it on. I'm not sure what other watch alongs I'm going to do throughout the coming days, but I'm enjoying just, doing content and then watching the football when I want to watch the football. I'm talking about the Club World Cup, if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about. I'm enjoying just, doing that, just not doing watch-alongs consistently. And plus, guys, it's so hot in the UK right now. It's about 30 degrees, yeah? It's about 30 degrees. To some people, that might not be a lot, but for UK houses, that is a lot because I live in a flat. I don't live in a house. And I feel like a lot of properties in the UK, in terms of insulation, it's made to retain the heat because the UK is a relatively cold country, especially like in the winter times. So when it gets hot, if you ain't got an AC unit in your house, it's boiling. So for me, guys, I got a fan on right here next to me. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I've got a table fan. The rest of my house, we have like fans around in my flat. But the reason why I struggle to stream a lot during the summer is because it's so hot. And because it's so hot, the lights, or everything that I have on right now, it's baking. So if you guys don't hit the like button, I'm sitting in a sauna right now, essentially. I am sitting in a sauna. So if you guys do not hit the like button, then you guys hate me. When are you going to shift to a bungalow? We have bungalows back home. In my home country, our properties, my family's houses are bungalows. But I think bungalows are more suited for African-style houses. I ordered a tower fan. It's arriving on Tuesday, bro. Fans are sold out everywhere in the shops right now. If you go Asda, Lidl, Aldi, Tesco, wherever you go, B&M, they are sold out. But I've had these fans for a couple of years. And as soon as it gets to like August, end of August, I put it away. And this is weird, guys, because I remember for some of you lot who are not from the UK, like I said, the UK doesn't really have heat waves. But over the last couple of years, the heat waves we've been having in the summer is making me think, global warming definitely does exist. It definitely does exist. Because I remember one summer 3 years ago, I think it was, when it was 40 degrees in the UK. That's unheard of. So that's my sob story for the day. I have a knee injury, an MCL injury, and I'm sitting in a sauna right now to stream. So if you guys don't hit the like button, then you guys hate me. You guys hate me. But we got so much to talk about, guys. So let's actually just get with it. And let's start with the biggest topic of discussion, which is Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez to Manchester United. This talk has heated up a little bit, I would say, over the last 72 hours or so. Over the last 72 hours, it's gone from Man United are interested to Man United have begun talks to, it's his agent that's putting out stories. And that's when I saw that his agent is Jorge Mendes. And shout out to Riri with the big dub. Says a little something towards some more fans. Bless up, sis. Stay cool. Big up, sis. I appreciate the big super chat. I'm going to go buy myself 10 fans now. But big up to Riri. Big W from Riri in the chat. I'm going to leave that pin there for now. So let's actually take this back to 72 hours ago, or 48 hours ago. 48 hours ago, Fabrizio Romano said that initial contacts have taken place with Emi Martinez with Manchester United. It's reported that he's already said yes to the project. Then various other journalists reporting that Manchester United are advancing in talks for Emi Martinez. The goalkeeper is willing to go to United, and formal negotiations are expected to begin. It's then been reported or confirmed that Manchester United have made contact with Aston Villa to find out the terms of a potential deal for Emi Martinez. And then, last but not least, the biggest update today is that Emi Martinez's camp have been working overtime to make it known he's eager to join Manchester United. And that makes sense, because I think about 6 different journalists, non-English, non-British journalists, were briefed about this yesterday, because outside of Fabrizio, not many other journalists, I'm talking about the British ones that cover Manchester United, not many of them were really reporting on this. Not many of them were talking about how desperate he is to join and how he's committed to the project, etc., etc. But a lot of Argentinian journalists were briefing about this. So I fully believe in this report from Nathan Salt, who says that Emi Martinez's camp have been working overtime. And I think Muppeteers mentioned it as well, to say that his agent is pushing this narrative. It's been confirmed by Nathan Salt that there has been no approach from Manchester United, and all indications have been of Andre Onana staying and playing. We're going to talk about Andre Onana separately, and we're going to talk about other other goalkeepers as well, that Manchester United are linked to. Now, I want to know, guys, because I feel like with Andre Onana, as bad as he is, and as many mistakes he has made, I don't know how you look at 40 million for Emi Martinez and think, yeah, that is a good deal. That is a good deal. 40 million for Emi Martinez will allow Aston Villa to go out and sign, I think it's Lucas Chevalier from Lille. That's the goalkeeper they are targeting for the exact same price tag. So similar to that Ugarte and João Neves situation, where Man United basically lined the pockets of PSG to sign João Neves, it would be a similar situation. However, with saying that, I don't think you got 40 million to spend and you go to Aston Villa and you walk away with Emi Martinez. I don't think so. I think he's error prone. He's got errors in him, like most keepers do. There's not many goalkeepers for me in the league that are of the level of like Edison or Alisson that don't have a lot of blunders in them. Emi Martinez is not of that ilk, in my opinion. Emi Martinez has injury. He has mistakes in him. And with saying that, I think United should sniff out how much Amadou Onana would cost if they were to, because Aston Villa have to sell people from missing out on Champions League football. Aston Villa are forced to sell a couple of players for PSR purposes. For PSR purposes, they're kind of forced to sell a couple of people. Emi Martinez wants out. He wants to leave Aston Villa. I haven't seen any other links of him to other clubs. I've seen Chelsea looking for a goalkeeper. They're not really looking at Emi Martinez's direction. And I genuinely say this all the time, but you lot know, Man United get you clicks. Man United get you clicks. Man United get you interactions online. It also gives other clubs. I think with Martinez's camp, I think by linking him to Manchester United, it makes him seem wanted. It makes him seem like, to other clubs, to other buying potential clubs, it makes it seem to them, that, this is a guy who's pursued or wanted by people. So that might speed up other people. Let me see what you are actually saying. Villa needs to sell before July 1st or they can lose a lot of points. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a PSR thing. Big up to OJ, says big up Minute in the chat. Big up to Imran, who said it's his birthday today. Make sure you lot wish Imran happy birthday, because he's an uncle now if he's in his 30s. He's on the 3rd floor. Welcome to the gang. Uthman says we're doing a complete 360, signing another bozo. Yusuf says Omar Barada values Emi Martinez at 25 million. The thing is, right, with goalkeepers at the moment, I feel like there's not any there's no goalkeeper for me that is we need this goalkeeper. immediately. Like I look at the goalkeeper market and it's slightly, I think, underwhelming. The goalkeeper I liked the most was after the Euros. Or was it after? Yeah, after the World Cup, sorry, and the Euros. Mamadashvili. I liked Mamadashvili, but obviously he's going to Liverpool. Liverpool signed him. Liverpool are smart. They knew Alisson was on his way out, so they snatched him up and let him have another 1 year of playing at Valencia to then bring him into Liverpool and ease Alisson out. Liverpool, guys, you know what? This is so random, but as much as I hate Liverpool as a football club in terms of rivalry, they are a well-run club. You see how well they plan. I feel like a couple of seasons ago with the Caicedo and the Lavia thing, I think that was a lot of panic from them. But looking at them in the last 2 windows and the way that they have planned, and especially this window, how quickly, you're telling me that we haven't even entered 1st of July yet. Pre-season is nowhere near, and they're about to have 3 players confirmed, joined at pre-season. And that goalkeeper one in particular is what stands out to me because, like I said, they effectively prepared for the departure of Alisson. And I also genuinely feel like people hate Onana so much that they just want anyone in. I saw someone saying that, United... I saw someone talking about basically when United signed Van der Sar. And I always wonder, why do we compare every signing to, or potential signing nowadays at Manchester United to what happened 20 years ago at Manchester United? Oh, when people talk about, for example, a goalkeeper, Man United signing Emi Martinez from Aston Villa, and a lot of fans are against it. Oh, but why? We signed Van der Sar from Fulham. It's not the same. It's not the same. What I will say, though, is people's dislike for Onana, I think, makes them look at this kind of situation irrationally. I think one thing I will say is when it comes to the goalkeeper conversation, if you want to discuss about Man United getting a new goalkeeper, don't just say, oh, but he's better than Onana. If I had no hands, I'm better than Onana. Doesn't mean you should sign me. The bar is on the floor. And the bar should not be anyone better than Onana, because I think there are many goalkeepers out there who are better than Onana. Will they make a huge difference to Manchester United? That's an argument for that. But don't use being better than Onana as a reason why Manchester United should sign Emi Martinez. Mike Maignan is 25 million right now. France is number 1. Good shot stopper, decent ball distribution. He played 60 games, so please don't tell me about injury prone. Mike Maignan is another goalkeeper that I watch because I watched AC Milan a lot last season. One thing I realized that I watched way too much football. But anyways, I watched AC Milan last season. And for me, Mike Maignan is not a wow goalkeeper. He's not a wow goalkeeper. For me, there's not many wow goalkeepers out there. I think Donnarumma's a wow goalkeeper. I think Alisson is a wow goalkeeper. I think Oblak is a wow goalkeeper. I think Courtois is a wow goalkeeper. Outside of those 4, everyone else I think is equal level playing field. I don't think there's any other goalkeepers for me that I would say are 10 out of 10. Outside of those 4. Those 4 for me are probably the best 4 in Europe. I like Diogo Costa as well. I do like Diogo Costa, and I've always liked him. However, Man United, for me, took an L when they signed Onana over him. Yassine Bonu. I like Yassine Bonu. Maybe Raya. Raya, for me, just doesn't instill confidence in me. If I was an Arsenal fan, I think he's a good shot stopper. But, for example, that free kick, Bruno Fernandes free kick at Old Trafford, come on. That should not be happening. No goalkeeper should be standing that far. And people talk about, for example, Onana's positioning when it comes to counters and whatnot. Raya's got some questionable positioning, but I think he's a good goalkeeper. He is definitely top 3 in the Premier League for sure. 400. I'm bugging out, guys. The heat is making me bug out. 40 million for Martinez is crazy. What would you guys think is a reasonable price for Martinez if it came out that Manchester United were interested in him and they're opening talks with Aston Villa? Personally, like I said, you go to Aston Villa, you don't sign Emi Martinez. You sign Amadou Onana. If not, you keep it moving. There's no other reason. There's no goalkeeper for me. Firstly, I feel like Premier League tax is a big thing. I feel like Man United are looking at a lot of players, and it's like if you are at a Premier League club, you already are bumped up the transfer list for us. We'll be intrigued. Not Koala keeping account of how many times I say how hot it is. Guys, it's really hot, man. Honestly, let me see what my what's it called is saying. Oh, it's so hot. My pro stat thing is not even on. That's how hot it is. It's probably melted. Let me see if it's not even on. I broke it. The humidity in here is killing me, guys. One thing I'll say, guys, if you ever make content and you have a studio in your house like this, make sure it's not facing the sun. That's all I have to say. Make sure your room, your studio is not facing the sun. Anyways, let me stop talking about the weather. We're going to come back to this goalkeeper conversation. Actually, whilst we're on the topic of the goalkeeper conversation, let's talk about our boy with the best high top in the world, Andre Onana. Fabrizio Romano was reporting yesterday that Manchester United are not desperate to sell Andre Onana and he's still part of the project. But in the case of a good proposal for both parties, he's not seen as untouchable. Then later today, it was confirmed that Monaco are interested in Andre Onana. They are also interested in Petrovic, the Chelsea goalkeeper, and they are expected to potentially inquire about a price tag or a transfer from Manchester United. Now, another goalkeeper that Manchester United's linked to, I swear, guys, I feel like today is just a topic of conversation for goalkeepers. Another goalkeeper that Manchester United is linked to if Onana leaves is Atalanta's goalkeeper. But one thing I will say is, guys, let's just stop buying from Atalanta, please. If it's not Ademola Lookman, please, let's just stop it. Let's just stop it. What's the temp there? It's 36 here today. Today it is 30 degrees. Tomorrow I think it's like 33 degrees. But guys, we never have weather like this in the UK at this time of the year. Like this is never seen, never heard. Like over the last couple of years, it's become more common. Monaco are broke. I wouldn't say Monaco are that broke. They got money to spend. They got money to spend for sure. Now, let me ask you a lot of questions just quickly on the goalkeeper situation, because I don't know how we've gone. I don't know if you lot realize, but we've gone from talking about strikers for about 10 days straight to now suddenly the biggest topic of conversation is goalkeepers. I personally think that the goalkeeper situation could be resolved later in the window. That's just my opinion. I think personally, if I was to say what I would want United to bring in, I would say get Mbeumo done and then get the striker situation sorted. Why are we looking at this goalkeeper situation? And I'm watching Liam Delap right now just cook Flamengo, guys. Must be nice. Anyways, the goalkeeper situation is important, but I don't think it should, like, I don't know how we've gone from striker, Ekitike, Gyökeres, talk about Osimhen, talking about who else? We talk about Gyökeres, Ekitike, Osimhen, Mateta, to now suddenly the biggest topic of conversation in the fan base is goalkeepers. I don't like how slow Manchester United are moving. Whether it's incomings, which I know takes a bit of time, but even the outgoings is very, very underwhelming to me. The fact that Manchester United are yet to really have concrete interest for any of their players. There's one player that we're going to talk about in the updates, but there's nothing really concrete, in my opinion, that has come up for Manchester United in terms of a clear-cut opportunity of them selling someone. You lot don't play with me. Lamine Camara and Onana swap deal, literally, like, to me, I tweeted this earlier. I said that's like swapping a bag of rice for a couple of grams of gold. I would laugh all the way to the bank. I would laugh all the way to the bank if Man United ever pulled off something like that. But one thing I don't expect from Manchester United right now, with Barada, with Wilcox, Jim Ratcliffe, I don't expect their brains to be wired like that and for them to make decisions like that. Game 7 minute. I don't know how OKC threw that away. And I don't even know who's going to win finals MVP, whoever wins. If Indiana win, I don't know who's going to win finals MVP. I think Halliburton's just going to win it for the plot. But I don't know if he's earned it. But on the topic of outgoings, quickly, Philippe Luis is the Flamengo manager. I was talking about this the other day. I was saying it's so weird seeing footballers that I used to watch not so long ago becoming football managers. Guys, my respect for Antony has gone up slightly. My respect has gone up slightly for Antony because Antony is willing to take a pay cut to leave Manchester United. He's prepared to take a 30% pay cut to leave Manchester United. For context, he earns 150k a week. So that's about a 45k pay cut. So he's willing to earn 100k to leave Manchester United just so that he can go and play regular football and be away and out of the shackles of Manchester United. Meanwhile, Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford has been reported that some journalists are reporting he's open to a pay cut. Some are saying he's only open to a pay cut if it's Barcelona. Regardless of that, Jadon Sancho has made it clear that he's not taking a pay cut to leave Manchester United. Now, there is no, I would say, cemented interest yet from anyone for Antony. I think the only person that has some interest in him so far is Jadon Sancho. Marcus Rashford, I saw a report that suggested that some of them are expected to not join Manchester United on the pre-season tour, which is including Antony, it's including Sancho, it's including Rashford, it's including Garnacho. Now, Man United will sell out wherever they go in America, but that is for two, I would say, of those 4 players are seen as very marketable. And that's Garnacho and Rashford in terms of the fact that people will come to watch Manchester United because of the 2 of them. If Man United willingly choose to leave them behind at Carrington and they don't join the pre-season tour because they are being, quotation mark, forced out of the club, Man United need to find a solution for them ASAP. Man United have to find a solution for them ASAP. Jadon Sancho is something that I think will become interesting. Even this looks like a freedom type of picture. Juventus, this is news today. Juventus have initiated contacts and inquired about Jadon Sancho's situation. Napoli reportedly have an agreement in place with Sancho, but not with Manchester United. Sancho is willing to reduce his salary to return to playing. And this is coming from Italian media sources. It's also been confirmed on Sky Sports that Juventus have explored the conditions of a deal for Jadon Sancho. They will formally approach Manchester United if they believe a move is realistic and they are in touch with Sancho's representatives over personal terms. And then just quickly on Marcus Rashford, just whilst we're on the topic of outgoings, Manchester United could send Marcus Rashford on loan again next season. He prefers a club in the Champions League and is not considering a move to Saudi or Turkey. There are doubts within Manchester United about finding a suitable bidder for Marcus Rashford. And it's then been reported by a Spanish media source that Marcus Rashford has been offered to Real Madrid. I don't see why Real Madrid would ever need Marcus Rashford. Personally, it just don't make... They can barely fit Arda Güler and Brahim Diaz in the team. It makes no sense why they would go for Marcus Rashford. Zero sense. But out of the 3 of them, I feel like we might get more news on Antony or Sancho before anybody else. Marcus Rashford, Garnacho, it's all kind of quieting down. Tyrell Malacia is quieting down a little bit as well. But I am more concerned, guys, and I say this time and time again, I am more concerned at the lack of news or the lack of not lack of news, but how slow Manchester United are moving with this Brian Mbeumo deal. The reason why I'm worried about it is because a part of me thinks deep down, that Brentford are not willing to budge on what they want. Now, what we know is that Brentford want near enough around what Manchester United paid for Matheus Cunha. And Man United paid just slightly above his £62 million release clause. That's to pay it in installments. They paid a couple of million extra. Brentford value Mbeumo at around the same price. Manchester United don't. If this does not go through and Bryan Mbeumo doesn't join Manchester United, I think it's more so to do with the fact that Manchester United are not willing to pay what Brentford want, rather than him not wanting anything. Now, Tottenham have been linked today. David Ornstein reporting that Tottenham are exploring potentially signing Semeno from Bournemouth. Bournemouth value him at £65 million. But Spurs think that's too much. I think that's way too much for Semeno, in my opinion. But with and that just makes me think that they are moving away from the idea of signing Mbeumo. I don't see why, if hypothetically it's a 62 plus 5 or 60 plus 5 deal that brings the base package, the total package up to about 65 million. I don't see why Manchester United do not go and sign him. Pedro Neto 1-on-1, Chelsea 1-0. Is that Pedro Neto? Yes, it is. That is Pedro Neto. Chelsea up 1-0, by the way. But Flamengo have been cooking them. So, and why does Chelsea's new kit look like an England kit? What the hell? It actually looks like an England kit. Why? And they never have a sponsor. Anyways, let me not get distracted. United not paying more than 60 million for Mbeumo. I think that might be the case. Like, I feel like if they do pay it, if they pay 65 total, I think it's because maybe Amorim is forcing their hand to. Because really and truly, guys, United haven't really been there hasn't been hard evidence of alternatives. So I feel like they've put their eggs in one basket when it comes to Cunha and Mbeumo. And in other areas, they maybe seem slightly more on the flexible side of being able to look at 3-4 potential players and be like, yeah, we could look at that player, we could look at that player. Whereas with Cunha and Mbeumo, I feel like that was the two non-negotiables because of how adamant United were to sign Cunha, and also the fact that outside of Mbeumo, there's not really many other people that Manchester United have been linked to. With 65 million or 60, if Brentford want around the same package as what was paid for Cunha, so that's about 65 million, 66 million, pay it, just pay it. 60 million plus 6 in add-ons. It's not my money. I'm not pocket watching. Just pay it. Just get it done. That way he can get his medical done. He can join Manchester United before pre-season. It's been reported as well that Ruben Amorim has asked for his new signings to be on board for the club's pre-season tour in exactly 1 month's time. He sees the tour as an ideal environment in which signings can fully integrate with the squad, as well as enabling them to adapt to the team system. I wouldn't want Manchester United's what United have struggled with, especially last season, and that is the front line. I would want them to have some time together on the training ground to gel at least a month before the season starts. And pre-season gives them a perfect opportunity to do that. Now, my worst fear is that someone gets injured in the summer. And now that I said it, I feel like it's probably going to happen. But with the Bryan Mbeumo deal, I just feel like it's moving so slow. And you lot know me, guys. I'm a patient person. Sometimes. I am a patient person. But I'm getting impatient with the Bryan Mbeumo deal. I am slightly getting a little bit impatient. I'm also getting impatient with just how slow Man United have been in the transfer window. And maybe I'm being selfish because there's a lot of other teams that haven't really signed a lot of players. You know, Arsenal are just about to get their first signing in Zubimendi. And maybe I'm asking for too much, but I feel like there's no sense of urgency for a team who were humiliated last season. 2 consecutive seasons, United have been an embarrassment, particularly last season, finishing 15th. I feel like there is no sense of urgency to get things done. Like, it's like, you know what it is? Excuse me. If you guys have ever failed an exam, I've never failed an exam in my life. But if you've ever failed an exam, it's like failing an exam and then you're just like, okay, my next exam, I'm just going to study a couple of days before the exam. No. If you fail an exam, I was taught You study every single day until your next exam, and you make sure that you don't fail again. I feel like for a team that has played the season that they did, humiliated themselves in the Premier League, choked in a final. There is no urgency. And yes, Man United got the Cunha deal done just as the season ended. But that's been nearly a month. It's been on this Monday, it's 3 weeks since it was reported that Bryan Mbeumo has given his priority to Manchester United. It's nearly 2 weeks since their first bid for him. In my opinion, it shouldn't take that long if you genuinely know you want that player. And I get it. I should shout out to Sully because I think Sully posted an update on Central Devils yesterday about the Bryan Mbeumo thing. And he basically confirmed that, they're not any closer to a deal. So any journalist that's saying United are edging closer, he was like, they're not edging closer. This is negotiations. It takes time. United are not that far off from the valuation, but, they're trying to get Brentford to basically budge on their price tag, and it's going to take a bit of time. That makes me think we are going to be waiting a number of weeks, and maybe by the time United get it done, there's no excitement in the fan base anymore because we've been waiting for so long. But I just for once would have liked a transfer window that bam, okay, Cunha done. Next one, whoever your next target is, bam, done. We're going to pay that money. Yeah, bam, done. Bring in all the players that you want, that you need, so that you don't repeat what happened last season. But I just feel like there's no sense of urgency coming from anyone. United must hit Brentford with the Madrid tactics. Tell them 40 to 50 for Mbeumo or Mbeumo comes on a free if he has a year left. United don't have the pool like Real Madrid do. Unfortunately, we have to be honest with ourselves. Real Madrid will always have that sort of pool. I mean, they signed Mastantuono, who was dead set on going to PSG, and when Real Madrid came in, he dropped the Champions League champions for Real Madrid. Real Madrid just have that type of pool, and they will always have that. United remind me a little bit of AC Milan. Maybe not. I can't even say who's fell off worse, AC Milan or United, because I remember when I was younger, guys, the big dogs in Europe, Real Madrid, Barca, AC Milan, United. Like, those were like the big dogs. And now both of them look like a shadow of themselves. I think AC Milan's struggles are maybe as bad as Manchester. I don't know if it's as bad as Manchester United's or even worse. But I just feel like we can't do what other clubs do because we don't have that. We can't flex our muscles like that. Yes, Bryan Mbeumo will turn down Spurs, for Manchester United, because Man United are still a big club. But we can't do what the likes of Real Madrid do because we're not Real Madrid, and we haven't, been competitive for a hot minute. I agree, man, but we can't just give every club what they want. We have to negotiate 100%. I said it already, guys. If I was Jim Ratcliffe right now, I would go and hire for my head of negotiations. I told you, I would hire someone that was the head of negotiations for hostage situations for the UN. That's the kind of people that I would hire for head of negotiations, because then them guys there, I know, will get the deal done. They will get the deal done by any means necessary. We need, them guys that get dropped off to the coast of East Africa to deal with the craziest of situations, and they're getting deployed and they can't tell their family where they're going. They're getting dropped to a random remote island to deal with some. That's the kind of head of negotiations I would hire. Because let's look at it like this. At football clubs, guys, fun fact. At football clubs, security guards that are the security for the team, they are like ex-army soldiers. A lot of the time, for example, I know with Manchester United, with their women team, their security are all ex-army soldiers. And not only ex-army soldiers, they are all ex-details of the royal family as well. So, I was having a chat with one of the security guards once at a game, and he was saying, oh yeah, I used to be a security guard for Prince William and his family. And then, I got basically poached by Manchester United. If you can hire your security by hiring people that are ex-soldiers, why can't we hire people that are head of negotiations, people that have hostage experience? They will get it done like this. I promise you. If we had a ex-UN head of negotiations at Manchester United right now, we would have been on our 4th signing. Because they would have got it done. Alhamdulillah. We would have got it done. But hopefully we will get, I'm hoping to get some news. I don't know if the weekend, I really don't know if we're going to get any news over the weekend. I've learned to kind of maybe accept it, that it might not happen and we might just be waiting. That's a lot of ifs. We're living in a world of ifs. We're living in a world of ifs right now as Manchester United fans. If. Don't hold your breath, Mina. I can't. I got hay fever, bro. I can't even hold my breath. There's hostage negotiations on COD campaign. That's the closest I've ever been. David Ornstein confirms that Bournemouth's high asking price for Semeno has put off Manchester United and other suitors. He reported this in his post regarding Spurs being interested in Semeno. He just confirmed that the price, and I'm glad it put Man United off, because 17 million price tag for Semeno. Bournemouth, you lost your damn mind. You lost your damn mind. You sold Kerkez for 40 million euros. You sold Howson with a 50 million euro release clause. I think Sabani is going for like 40 million. And you think someone in this economy is going to pay 70 million for Semeno? I will laugh at the club that pays 70 million for Semeno. And you know what? I hope I don't have to come back to this clip and laugh at Manchester United. I highly doubt that they will do that, because I feel like if you've got 70 million to spend, you go, and you don't want to spend it on Mbeumo, why on earth would you go and spend it on Semeno? I think Semeno is a decent player, but in my opinion, he's not 70 million worth of that. So I'm glad Manchester United were put off by that. Mina, do you rate Martinez highly? Yes and no. I don't rate him highly. There's not many goalkeepers in the Premier League that I really rate highly. I would say only probably like the best goalkeeper in the Premier League, I think, is last season it was Sells, but consistently over the last number of years it's between Alisson and Edison. I don't rate Emi Martinez as high as them, but I do think he's a good keeper. But like I said earlier, for me, I think we have to look at it and think, okay, we cannot justify signing a player because he's better than Onana. That the bar is in hell. The benchmark should not be, oh, we should sign X player because he's better than Onana. It's the same thing with the strikers. I don't think we should sign a striker because he's better than Højlund. Me with an MCL, LCL injury, and I'm on flipping crutches, guys. I'm on crutches, yeah? I'm better than Højlund. So that shouldn't be the benchmark. Oh, shit, now I need to put my crutches back. That should not be the benchmark at all. It shouldn't be the benchmark. But with saying that, Emi Martinez is definitely a good goalkeeper. He's got errors in him, but I think every goalkeeper has an error in him in the Premier League. I don't think there's many goalkeepers that are 100% every single game. But I wouldn't buy him for 40 million. That's my opinion. I would not buy him for 40 million. Not a goalkeeper that also clearly wants out. Why is it when Man United players clearly want out, clubs suggest that Man United should lower their asking price? Because it's evident the player wants to leave. But when the shoe is on the other foot, if you told me 20, 25 million for Emi Martinez, I'd be like, okay, cool, I'll take that. I would take that 100%. 40 million. I'm only paying 40 million for a Villa player if it's Amadou Onana. I keep saying this. And we know Aston Villa are in a position right now where they need to sell, right? We know Aston Villa are in a position where they need to sell. So why don't we not take advantage of it, but utilize that? And they also, I feel like they want to sell Emi Martinez for 40 million because the goalkeeper they want to buy, Lucas Chevalier from Lille, has a 40 million price tag. So it's, okay, let's get that 40 million from Emi Martinez and use it to buy a new goalkeeper, which is fine, but you just ain't going to get 40 million. That's just my opinion. We can't let these clubs bully us into these deals, to be honest. I would be really annoyed, guys, if United paid 40 million for Emi Martinez. Like I already said, this summer transfer window, I'm watching Ineos. I got nothing better to do. I'm home all day. You know, I ain't got nothing better to do. I got a lot of time on my hands. Ineos, I am onto you. So I am using this summer transfer window to decide which side of the fence I'm on. And right now, they've not left a good. They never left a good impression on me when they first came in. They never left a good impression on me with the Erik ten Hag situation, not with the Amorim situation, everything. So this summer transfer window is redemption time for Ineos. And one thing I don't like, I saw, I read the article from The Athletic about Jason Wilcox, and it was talking about how he works closely with Barada for the transfer window. He works closely with Barada and Christopher Vivell, and Jim Ratcliffe offers his input here and there. Jim Ratcliffe, why are you offering your input? Isn't Jim Ratcliffe's whole thing is appointing the footballing minds and the footballing people? So now why are you giving us your 2 cents if you've hired the people to do their job? I can't imagine Wilcox or Vivell. Basically, Vivell is known for like scouting these players, or his scouting network that brings in certain types of players. Wilcox was key in bringing in Aiden Heaven. Imagine having to hear Jim Ratcliffe's opinion on a young player like Aiden Heaven that you want to bring in from Arsenal, when the guy probably don't know who the hell he is. That article just made me look at the way that Ineos or Jim Ratcliffe run man. I feel like he's just too involved. But I will look at them sideways if they were to sign Emi Martinez for £40 million. £40 million is like, what, 47 million euros, give or take? That's a lot of money. Same money that Man United are claiming they don't have to spend, and they have to be budgeting when it comes to signing a striker. And, you know, they're negotiating for 3-ish weeks with Brentford to bring down the asking price on Brian Mbeumo. Suddenly you got 40 million to spend. Suddenly you got 40 million to spend on a goalkeeper. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I think we'll definitely have some clarity over the next, I would say, 72 hours on Brian Mbeumo. However, I feel like every weekend we find ourselves saying that. I feel like every weekend, guys, it gets to Friday and we keep saying we will get some clarity on Brian Mbeumo this weekend. We might get a bomber. We might get a here we go. And then we come back on Monday and we say, oh, maybe next week. By the way, guys, I'm watching this Chelsea game. Flamengo are so physical. I know a lot of the South American teams play like this, but bloody hell. And obviously they got bare fans in the crowd as well. It's getting physical. These lot are about to scrap. I swear to God, these lot look like they're about to fight any second soon. I don't know if you guys are watching it. Big up to Aminal with the super chat. Says, is Emi just a white Onana but slightly less poo-poo? I don't think so. And why do I hate when people bring skin color into stuff? Don't do that. But I get what you're saying. I don't think there's much I don't think there's much similarities between Onana and Emi Martinez. But I feel like a lot of people hate Onana so much that they just want him gone. So if you said today Mina will go in goal for Man United for the rest of the season, people will be like, yeah, she's probably better than Onana. Because people hate Onana so much. And I say this all the time. Everyone loves a savior and everyone loves a scapegoat. So Onana, if he did leave, they'll just find a new scapegoat. They will just find a new scapegoat to make up for Onana's departure. But I don't think there's much substance to this with the Emi Martinez links. I think James from the Muppeteers also said that the agents are putting out pieces to journalists and briefs to journalists. The way people are disrespecting Emi, the 2-time Yashin winner, World Cup winner, FA Cup winner, Copa winner, FIFA Team of the Year goalkeeper, is wild. He's got the accolades. By the way, if United did sign him, he's going to miss the first 3 games of the season because he got sent off against us. I don't think he's the worst goalkeeper out there, personally. But also, like I said, the goalkeeper market for me is not of a high standard right now. There's not any wow goalkeepers. And the ones that are wow, they're not going to leave their clubs. The Donnarummas, the Courtois, the Oblaks, them man are not going to leave their clubs. But we'll see. We'll see. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you've been here. What we got coming over the weekend, we have a new video dropping. You lot know I'm doing a lot more videos relating to life just in football, transfer news in football. So we got, I think, a Barcelona video dropping on the weekend. Also we'll have Daily Dose of Mina tomorrow at I think midday. inshallah. If you're not watching that beautiful game Flamengo playing right now, you're missing out. I got it right here on the iPad. I don't want to get done for what's it called? Yeah, there you go. You see, I'm watching it on my iPad. But yeah, what we got this coming on the weekend, we got Daily Dose of Mina dropping tomorrow, probably midday UK time. I just want to see what games are on tomorrow. Yeah, not doing any watch-alongs tomorrow. Yeah, not doing any watch-alongs on Sunday either. To be honest though, guys, I'll be honest. It's baking. Like, I know I said it's hot. I've been saying it's hot, but it's too hot for me to do watch-alongs anyway. But we'll still have Daily Dose of Mina tomorrow. Hopefully we will have some news for Manchester United's incomings, potentially. Like I said, we got a video dropping on Barcelona's transfer window. I just dropped a video yesterday on my Instagram, link right here. Not link here, but this is my on Instagram, guys. I dropped a video that I did with the Premier League. Yes. I get opportunities to work with the Premier League as a freelance presenter. So make sure you guys go check that out as well. Follow me on all socials. I might be live on Twitch. I really want to go live on Twitch, but guys, again, it's so hot. It's so hot. So streaming in this weather, like, I'm just going to melt. Like, I'm just going to melt. Turn on the AC. Mike, it's very rare that houses in the UK have AC. It's very rare because our properties are not made. We're not used to weather like this. Like, global warming is real, guys. Stop taking planes. Stop driving. We need to save the earth. We are ruining the earth. Look what the weather. Look at the weather. I don't remember it being hot like this when I was a teenager in the UK. And if you have an AC unit in the UK, shout out to you, because where the hell do you put it? Our houses are not big enough. They are not big enough to have ACs. But yeah, like, streaming in this weather is a joke. Recording content in this weather is a joke. Doing all that stuff in this weather is a joke. But we'll be live anyway. And yesterday, guys, fun fact. I told you I was learning a new language. I had my first language class yesterday. I felt like I was back at school again. And the teacher said I'm really good. And the teacher said that my teacher said that they are very optimistic for me to pick up this language in 12 months to be conversational. I'm going to be like Trent. You know, when Trent was speaking Spanish, you lot are just going to be like, raw, Minna just came out of nowhere and she's speaking fluent Arabic out of nowhere. Say a sentence. What did I learn yesterday? I learned yesterday, what did I learn? Hada bait. I learned the context of how to say, like, this is, what is this, and then talking about a noun or whatever. So house, chair. What helps as well, guys, with learning Arabic is there's some similar words, a lot of similar words. I'd say maybe like 20% of the words from my actual language that I speak comes from Arabic. So there's already 20% of the Arabic language that I kind of know. So hopefully in the next 12 months, I'll be conversational enough to be able to, maybe I might even F around and do like a YouTube short talking about Manchester United, but do it in Arabic just to test myself. But we'll see how it goes. But listen, big up to everyone. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. I'll be live tomorrow midday for Daily Dose of Mina. Hopefully we'll have some news. If not, we might just be talking about the same shit over again. Big up to Riri with the big super chat on the channel. Make sure you lot show her some love. And I hope you lot have a wonderful Friday. If there's any breaking news between now and tomorrow, you lot know I'll be live. Have a great one, guys. I'm out. Peace.